Did you know that every year in New Jersey, over 50,000 individuals are either arrested or charged with a felony, misdemeanor, or DUI offense? And nobody wakes up in the morning expecting to get charged with an offense or a crime. But life happens, and when it does, you need representation. Hi, I'm Daniel Rosenberg. I'm a criminal defense attorney and the founding partner of Rosenberg, Perry & Associates. And the attorneys at Rosenberg Perry collectively have over 165 years of criminal litigation experience and have handled over 30,000 cases throughout New Jersey. But what makes our firm unique is not only our wealth of experience, but the fact that we've tried and won criminal jury trials from both the prosecution and defense side, which gives us a very unique perspective of the criminal justice system because we've represented both sides. So here's the bottom line. If you're in New Jersey and you find yourself facing either a crime, misdemeanor, or DUI offense, you essentially have three options. Your first option is you can defend yourself, which is commonly referred to as appearing pro se. But just because you're appearing without an attorney doesn't mean that you're treated any differently by the court or the prosecutor, which means, amongst other things, you have to comply with the rules of court, the rules of evidence, subpoenaing witnesses, filing legal pleadings, voicing objections, and so on. Representing yourself is very difficult, it's not practical, and it's not your best option. And that's why there's the saying, he who represents himself has a fool for a client. Then there's option number two. You can try to proceed with a public defender. But in order to do so, you must qualify for the services of the public defender, which means you do not have the ability to pay for an attorney on your own. And the determination of whether or not you can afford a private attorney is not your decision to make. That decision is made by the judge. This will require you to provide to the judge information about your financial status, what debts you have, what money is owed to you, what assets you have, and even your employment information. If, after reviewing all of your financial information, a judge determines that you don't have the ability to pay for your own attorney, you will be appointed a public defender. But you have no say in who that public defender is. If you are in fact assigned the public defender, you do not have the ability to request a replacement. Now you have the ability to terminate that representation, but that leaves you unrepresented. So if you're assigned a phenomenal public defender, you're in great shape. If you're assigned a public defender who's not so great, that's your attorney. And just because you don't have the ability to pay for an attorney doesn't mean that the public defender is free. They're just less expensive. So whether it's a private attorney or a public defender, you're going to be paying for legal representation. Which brings us to your third option, hiring a private attorney. And that's where we come in. Look, if you need heart surgery, you don't go to your primary care doctor. You don't even go to your cardiologist. You go to a heart surgeon, because the heart surgeon has the knowledge and experience to put you in the best possible position for the best possible result. And when it comes to attorneys, there's no difference. And when you're charged with a crime, misdemeanor, or DUI in New Jersey, there's going to be a cost for representation. But what most people don't consider is the cost of a conviction. Are you facing prison time? How will going to prison affect you financially? Will you lose your job? How will going to prison affect your employment opportunities in the future? Are you facing a DUI charge? Do you have exposure to a license suspension? Do you need your license to work? If you lose your license, are you going to lose your job? If you get a DUI, how is that going to affect your car insurance moving forward? Or are you facing a gun charge? Are you aware that New Jersey has some of the strictest gun laws in the country and that you'd be facing mandatory prison time upon a conviction? Have you been charged with a sex crime? Are you aware that sex crimes in New Jersey expose you to Megan's Law sex offender registration and also expose you to parole supervision for life? Let that settle in for a moment. Parole supervision for the rest of your life. So regardless of what you've been charged with, you have to be mindful of not only the short-term costs, but the long-term costs and consequences. Now, I'm not saying that if you hire a private attorney, all of your problems are going to magically go away, but I'm saying you need to be aware of these things when you make a decision on who to hire. Look, growing up, I wasn't the best kid. I got in trouble a lot, had run-ins with the police, had run-ins at school. In fact, I had so much trouble that when I graduated from law school and started practicing, my father turned to me and said, you know, I always thought you'd be in front of a judge. I just didn't think you'd be the one talking. So I know people make mistakes, and I believe everyone is entitled to a second chance. The criminal justice system is not without its flaws. Not only are innocent people charged every day, but thousands of innocent people are convicted every year. At any given moment in the United States, there are approximately 20,000 innocent individuals who are incarcerated. An experienced criminal attorney once said, every one of us can guarantee that we will not commit a crime, but none of us can guarantee that we won't be accused of one. And when you are, you're thrown into this criminal justice system. And it is not fair. In every criminal litigation, there's a time to negotiate and a time to fight. And we know the difference. And when it's time to fight, we're always ready. So if you or someone you know is charged with a crime, misdemeanor, or DUI, contact our office. We'll take the time we need to go over your case and provide you with your options, and we do all of this free of charge. We are criminal trial attorneys. We have your back. That's what we do.